Hello everyone, this is Professor Lu from Taiwan Tech. Today I'm going to tell you how to how to install the Python develop environment, where you can coding. So first of all, in this class, I'm going to use Anaconda to teach you how to coding. So first of all, you can go to any browser, you type Anaconda, and then you can search it. You suppose can find link like that, Anaconda. So you click it, maybe you will go to the main page of Anaconda. Usually you suppose go to here, and then you can find the product. You can find the individual edition. Please click it. It will lead you to the download page. So currently, the newest Python version is 3.9. So we are going to download this version of Anaconda. If you use Mac, you can click here. So you can see Anaconda installers support Windows, Mac, and Linux. So you can choose the one most fits your computer. For me, I supposed to download this one, 64-bit graphic installer. So you can click this one based on your computer type. So it will start to download. And because I already have it, so I don't need to reinstall again. So I will stop here. However, if you are going to install the program, you need to download it, and it's a setup file. So after you download, just click install, and there are few steps. However, it's very straightforward. You just keep click OK, then you will finish the installation. There's maybe some option. For example, tell you, do you want to set up a environment path or something like that. However, the setup program already provide a recommendation, so it's not that difficult. You just follow their recommendation, then you can finish the install process. So after you install Anaconda, you're supposed to check if it's installed successfully. If you install successfully, you can find in the Windows start places or similar place in your Mac, you suppose can find Anaconda 3. That's what I just installed. In this place, first I want you to click here, Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator, because Anaconda is kind of like a big package, a large package. You install a lot of functions, a lot of software. Some most useful functions is already be packaged in the Anaconda. So what we just installed actually include all of them. Although in this class I'm going to use Jupyter Notebook to teach you. However, maybe later, if you are more experienced with Python, maybe you can consider to use Spider to write your code. Or some people, they tell you if you use machine learning, maybe PyCharm is a more appropriate choice. It depends on you. After you are more experienced, you will have your own opinion. You will have your own preference. But for beginner, I will always suggest start with Jupyter Notebook. It's very friendly. So you can either launch here, or actually I prefer go from here. I don't need to open Anaconda Navigator every time. I prefer to use this way. So click the start and find Anaconda 3, and then you suppose can find Jupyter Notebook. So you open it. It will have two screens. One is this one. It's okay, don't close it. Just keep it there. And then you will open a browser. Jupyter Notebook use browser to create the environment you can use. Since you are new to use Python, you suppose don't have what already have in your computer, the work in process file, maybe you don't have. So we start from new. So you click new and choose the Python 3. So maybe a few seconds it will open. Because you're new, so no content inside. It will provide you an initial name. You can change it. For example, I want to do hello world. I want to name it. For beginner, usually that's the first one. First program you need to practice. Hello world. So I rename the file to hello world. Already exists, sorry, because I just recorded a Chinese version. I also named hello world. Okay, maybe I change a little bit, so it's a new one. Hello world. So that's the file's name. So what I'm asking you to do is follow the process. Please type print and use the quotation. I forget how to say that, but anyway, this symbol. It means now we are going to print a string. I mean words type of content. So I want to print hello world. Hello world. Okay, so that's a content. It's a word type of data. So we in programming we call it string type of data. So hello world, I want to print. Print means show it on screen. So it will print hello world. So it looks like that. Oh, sorry, I skipped one thing. So if you need to run this block, execute this program, so you suppose either click run, or I like to use the keyboard, the hotkey. The hotkey is Shift Enter, means run the program. Okay, so you probably cannot see it, but I use keyboard. I press Shift Enter, and it means run this block. And anytime you can see, every time I repeat run this block, the number will change, which means in this kernel, every time I create a file, it actually means I create a Python 3 kernel, so IPY kernel. So in this kernel, it's already run 5 different type of code. So this means the 5th input, and that's the result. Let me do another thing. For example, I can put a variable a and give 10 as value to the variable a. So let me show you. You can either click run or use the keyboard Shift Enter, the same result. So you can see you have input, and then after run the input, it generates the output. So you have in and out. You can see the number. So that means the output of 6 is from the input of 6. That's the result. And print means just show the result. I mean show what you put after print. You put in the bracket the content you want it to print. So you can see this is from print A, so you can see only 10. However, if I ask the program to output the variable A, so it will put in out. The similar result, but actually different meaning. This one is print, this one is output. So a little bit different. Okay. Also, you can use the program as a calculator. For example, I have a equal to 10. Now I add one more variable b. I can use a divided by b. I do this because I want to demo to you. Whenever you write, you create a variable, give it a value, you can reuse it without retype, without retype it again. For example, when I say retype means maybe I do it again, or even I can change the value. But even I don't do that, the kernel already save this variable, also keep the value, so you don't need to mention it again. You can directly reuse it. Okay. But I want to type it again. However, Jupyter Notebook is very friendly. It's very friendly. So you can change the value and rerun the program. However, sometimes you may encounter some error, like now I use 5 divided by 0. It generates some problem. You have the error message. The error message say division by 0. It's a problem, so it's caused by the division. I mean the divisor. The b place should not be 0. It's not allowed in the math rule. So I know I need to change the b value to other numbers. Maybe, I don't know, 2. Okay. So it's fixed. However, maybe later you will encounter other different type of error message. I want to tell you how to deal with that. Don't worry about your error message. Usually we call it bug. So to debug, if you don't understand what the error message means, you can Google it. Usually you will find a lot of information to tell you the meaning of the error message. So you can see more explanation. So that's the way, the very important experience I want to share with you. Use Google to help you debug if you don't understand the meaning of the error message. Okay, similarly, for example, in Excel, we learn if, so you probably understand the concept. For example, I want to compare whether A is larger than B or B larger than A. I want to compare them. So I say, if I want to compare A and B, I say if A larger than B, then print A, else I want to print B. Okay, so it's a very simple, just like what we do in Excel. We have the if syntax, have 3 parts. The first part is the logic statement. So we want to compare whether A larger than B. If true, then print A. So if A larger than B, that means the situation is true. Then we do this part. However, if A not larger than B, which means false, then we go with the else. So it's very simple. If you want to do, if the situation is true, actually you can do a lot of things. For example, I want to print not just the value of A, but also print out the variable name. The variable name is A, right? So similarly, I want to know which one is larger. Not just the value, but also the variable name. So after compare, I know A is larger and the A's value is 5. Okay, so you can see, use if, you can do some judgment, and based on the result, can do a lot of things. So the thing you want the program to do, you can put. Okay, so this full space means the indent or indentation. In Chinese, we call it 缩排. In English, is indentation. So full space, or usually I use just one tab. So you can press the tab key. It will generate a full space. We use it to tell the program if the situation is true, what we want the program to do. Maybe multiple things you want it to do, so you use indent to let them know which part are included in the true situation. So similarly, in the false situation, after else, you also use indentation to tell the program what things you want to do. Okay, anyway, today I demonstrate few different programs to let you know in Jupyter Notebook, coding is very simple, and don't worry about the error message. It's not a big problem. Don't be panic. Just check the error message to see which part have some problem. Usually they will provide some hint to tell you how to debug. If you don't know how to debug, maybe you can copy and paste in Google. Usually you will find a better explanation to tell you how to debug, how to fix the problem. So anyway, I just want to tell you, Jupyter Notebook is a very friendly to beginner. So we will use this one to learn Python programming. And thanks for your watching. I also recorded another version in Chinese. So if you understand Chinese, maybe you can also watch the Chinese version. It's the same content, just in different language. So anyway, thanks for your time. I will see you in our physical class. If you have any problem, you can bring your problem to the physical class. I will try my best to answer your questions. Okay, thank you.